is not
Time out. This needs to be on the podcast.
capped.
Okay, ready? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CLINEcast. This is
Excited.
episode 7 or 8.
Man,
Yeah.
that'd been cool if I would have looked
It's
that
one
up.
of them. 7 or 8.
Yes.
Hey, and we're excited. It's February, towards the end of February. It's been a busy few months. It's going to be another busy few months coming up here. We're making the dedication right now that we're going to start recording every Monday.
Yes.
So we're going to have a new CLINEcast
I'm
out.
imagining people in their cars.
Yeah. I'm going to do like...
How did we live?
One of our
without this?
pastors does this on when he preaches. He's like, when I said that, I imagined in the mirror, I imagined everybody stood up and started clapping. So I'm imagining
Somebody. Thanks.
That.
Yeah.
That's funny. No.
Yeah, we needed to do
So
that.
we're gonna we like cat podcasting and talking about stuff, and we got a bunch of good stuff already on the horizon for this year.
It's a bunch of stuffs. Well, excited that we're back.
2020 thrive.
Me too.
Just feel like we don't really talk about anything except
is-
on this.
this is
Like
when
people
we-
think we are like
Really
at each
tight.
other's houses.
We
I mean,
like each
Jack and I
other.
live together, but like we don't talk about this stuff
I mean, sometimes.
that often. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't sit down
more
with
of
bullet
like-
points.
Isaac, stop.
I'm like, shut.
No, we don't say that.
This is not the parenting hour of the podcast, so we'll get back to the fun stuff.
Well, we had a little delay.
We've
We had a little
delay.
gap. Had the flu run through
Yeah.
our entire family.
Yes. Y'all had it,
3
I think,
different
for
houses.
8 years.
It felt like 8 years, and then we had 14 snow days.
We did. We had a bunch of snow. I technically never had the flu, apparently. But
Yes.
I had something.
Well, I
Definitely
have
had
a
something.
theory to all that, but we won't do that here.
Yeah.
Jack's got a theory. She's become quite the conspiracy theorist.
Totally.
No, I have not.
It
Okay.
happens.
Well, we were at therapist this morning.
We were at therapist,
We were at therapy this
We
morning.
were at therapy.
and my
with our
therapy
therapist.
agrees.
Shout out Dr. Rick Ripke.
Yes.
And one of Jacqueline's little conspiracy theories he actually agrees with, which put me in a tough spot.
Yeah.
'Cause this is my guy. This is my even kill.
Yeah.
He's real deal like
yeah.
psychologist.
He's awesome.
And he's agreeing with Jacqueline over here. And I'm like,
Makes it tough.
Dang.
did I not pay you enough? Should you have agreed with me more?
That's funny. I think
So-
that's the point of the therapy, though, is that you don't you have somebody non-biased.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
that,
great.
That no matter amount of money you'd pay him, he wouldn't agree with you. So technically, he's doing a better job than you even thought.
That's a good point. I guess that put me in my
pretty good.
spot.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I'm glad we're back.
We're back.
I'm tired of snow days.
Me too.
I'm tired
Ready
of
for
winter.
sunshine.
We hit 21 days of prayer.
Yep.
Then we hit the flu. Then you hit the flu. Then she hit the something. Upper
Well, then we had
respiratory.
conference. Then
Yeah.
we got
Had a
sick.
bunch of-
Then
Then
we had a
had
women's
conference.
We
conference.
had-
Then we
home
had-
church has been cooking.
Home church is
Mhm.
cooking.
We started the year off with 21 days of prayer, which I
Yep.
think we talked about in the last episode.
I think we made it. Yeah.
And we literally had some blizzards that like we barely made it to church on some stuff. And then we had really great women's conference that Jack led at and my wife led at. That was
Yeah.
cool. And we
Yep.
played. We were in the band.
Yep.
And then we just came off men's conference. And
Yep.
that
Yep.
was really fun.
Yeah.
And there was something else that happened at church in between. We had like a leadership meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And another
Yeah.
blizzard.
And another blizzard.
Yep.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
And so if that wasn't enough, we're about to go on the road, but we're all going on the road weirdly this spring.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to go out and play drums, fill in for this country artist.
Yeah.
Garrett and Jack gave their blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be fun. It's with Brantley Gilbert. If anybody's ever heard of Brantley Gilbert. Back in Garrett and I's old days, we did a tour with Brantley Gilbert. Actually, before Conspiracy started in 2020.
That's true.
Conspiracy shut that tour down.
It actually sure did.
And the virus.
There was a lot of fire in that tour.
Fire.
A lot of fire.
They
Brantley's
don't
a
have
fire
stuff
guy.
on
He's
the-
got
I
Brantley.
remember this show.
Apparently had.
And so I'm excited to come back the next few weeks. It's a few weekends this month and a few weekends next month, and so I'm excited to come back with some tour stories from that.
That's gonna be
Yep.
great.
Feeling a little weird about it because Garrett's not going, Jack's
Yeah.
not going. I'm used to Jack not being there.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to Jack being there, and I do like that.
That's
So
nice.
Not to leave you out of that.
That's
But
nice.
Garrett and I literally done everything together.
I
So it's
know.
kind of funny.
I don't know that we've ever played a show not together since we were 10 years old.
It's been a long time, and
Yeah.
so. But the Lord gave the opportunity, and so I'm gonna go rock this tour out. I think it's
Yep.
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It will
It's a
be
good
fun.
group of guys.
Awesome.
A lot of tattoos.
A lot of
Ooh.
tattoos and wallet
Yeah,
chains.
and
probably.
wallet chains on this tour.
Wallet
So I'm gonna
chains.
pull my. I don't think I'll have any tats, but I will pull my wallet chain out. I
Yeah.
got a fake one.
Yeah.
And then also, this is like a down. Like Jacqueline's got nothing going on podcast. It's not.
No, this is not true.
This is not true.
Well, I was gonna say
But I
before
said it's
you
gonna
just-
sound like it.
Yeah,
But
before you
yeah.
say the next thing,
yeah,
this comes out Wednesday.
yeah.
This weekend, we're going to be, Jack and I are leading at Elkhorn Baptist Church's marriage
That's right.
conference at Lake Cumberland. So if you are in the Kentucky area,
Yeah.
I think they're still registering for that.
Yeah.
So you come hang out with us.
And I
Um,
wanna
one of
answer
our
this.
pastors-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Pastor Jamie's preaching at it for
Very
sure,
good.
from what I hear. We haven't talked about it, but she tells me Jamie's coming.
Does he know
and-
he's coming?
I don't know, but so this weekend we will be at Lake Cumberland, and you're going to be somewhere in Seattle.
Basically,
Yeah,
Seattle and.
So
and
that's gonna be wild.
How do you say it? Montana, Missoula or
Missoula. Missoula. We played. Didn't we play Missoula in the fall?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We played
Klein.
Missoula in
Yeah.
the fall.
Yeah.
So I do want to answer for the few people because I actually have gotten this question.
Yeah.
Both messaged on Instagram and asked around church. What does this mean for Klein? It means nothing. Is what it means.
It means we go worldwide.
We have some exciting stuff going on as far as like creating music this spring, and so we're really focused on getting basically an album done.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say much more about that unless you want to. But
I'll say
we've
a
got
couple
a big
things.
stack of songs we're working on and going to work on,
Yeah.
and we have a due date of May 1st.
Yes. Yes.
And so the Lord just presented this opportunity through a good buddy of mine, and Garrett and Jack said, "Why don't you just go do that?"
Yep.
And it's
We
a
gotta-
blessing. It's a blessing for me and
Yeah.
Liz, and so we're gonna go do it. And so yeah, it doesn't mean anything. I'm still inclined. I'm still. That's still the
we're
dream.
still doing
We're
the
still
same
doing
things.
it.
Yep.
And I believe we will be on tour in late summer and fall this year.
Yes.
I do believe.
We're gonna.
But
so
we're focused on. I'll let you go. I was gonna say
No, go ahead.
we're this like really laser focus on. We've got a batch of really great songs that need to get out into the world, and we've partnered with some folks that are going to help us do that, which
Yeah.
you can talk about.
sure.
And so that's the goal this spring.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna partner with. I think it's okay to say it.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's the papers are
it's
signed,
done.
sealed, delivered.
They posted about us.
They posted about us. We're going to partner with the Anthem company
Yeah.
to put out a record starting in May. And so we're going to put out singles first,
Yep.
as you do these days.
Yep.
And then that'll be compiled into a record in early 26. But songs start coming out in May.
May. So,
So-
you're gonna have a brand new Klein song every month the rest of this year.
Yes, starting in May.
and a little bit into next year.
Yeah. So we're pretty pumped up about that. But what that does is two things. Oh, we got to hurry up and get this record done.
Yeah, big time.
So
As soon as we get done recording this podcast, Garrett and I are about to lay down drums on a song.
Yeah, on the first
On the first song,
first
first
master.
single, yeah.
So we decided not to go try to get a tour. We're gonna do several one-off things. You can check our dates
Yep.
on our website. Doing some conferences.
And
Jacqueline's speaking
we're
at a
definitely
women's-
open to come do stuff.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just aren't. We hadn't been seeking it this spring.
Yeah. So it kind of worked out that Derek's gonna go do this run, and then Derek and I are also gonna go be a part of Rhett Walker's band for his spring Days That We Dreamed Of tour.
Yep.
Which will be 3 weeks. I actually have those dates because the very first night is in Lebanon, Kentucky, March 13th, with Bill Isle and
Jordan Jansen.
Jordan Jansen. So D and I are going to play with Rhett for 3 weekends, do 12 shows with him.
Yep. And to answer everybody's questions,
Brother
what does that
Rhett
mean
is
for
a-
Klein? Nothing.
Nothing. We're just going to go play some shows.
We're just.
It's
on-
pretty familiar territory. for
yeah.
y'all to-
It is. Rhett, old brother Rhett. And listen, it's a lot easier for people to go, hey, I need a drummer for this tour. I
Yeah.
need a bass player than like I need a lead singer.
Yeah.
Usually they're the lead singer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's not
Yeah.
always a ton of opportunity for Jack to go out
Yeah.
by herself.
do side quests.
Yeah. Because then it would really be like, well, what's happening with Klein? It's
Right.
like, well, nothing now because Jacqueline's singing,
Jacqueline just went solo.
Yeah.
which I would.
So it's kind of nuts. So like we got Derek's doing some country dates. We're doing this CCM tour.
And we
And
got to
then
get
we
a
got-
10-song record done before May 1st.
We gotta get 10-song
All
record
this
done.
happens before May 1st.
And we're in a, I don't know how everyone else does it. I've never done this before, but like we're in a writing season right now. Like in the fall, we didn't write much, almost not at all. Yeah. Like we don't go write songs every day.
On the road.
Yeah, we try to be present where we're at. So we really need some time to write the next record while we're making this record. Yeah. And it's just part of being independent. Yeah. Like we don't have a big bank backing us. We don't have a big label and tons of time and resources and ample amounts of producers. And so
because praise God, our local church also lets us work here.
Yeah.
So we're able to still pay the bills.
Right. And we just got a lot going on here.
So but when the Lord says go, we go.
We go.
So that's what we're doing.
Take off and do it.
But it's going to be an exciting spring.
So check out CLINEmusic.com. Yeah. Look at the things we are for sure doing. There's a women's conference that's still got tickets on sale in March.
Jack's speaking at that one.
Jacqueline's speaking at that one. There's some other things going on, like summer camps and stuff.
We got what you would consider private summer camps we're doing. We're doing a few this year. They're not ticketed. Like, you can't really come to those.
Yeah, you can't come to those. They'll probably get arrested.
You might, yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully by the summer, we're announcing a fall run.
I think so.
We're going to do something.
There's some stuff. There's some options.
But we're
that's
excited.
Gonna be great.
It feels like a growth year for us.
Yeah.
Last year, we grew on the road. We played 80 something dates last year, which to people, if you don't know the road, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And we did it. We were grinding.
We started in May.
Yeah,
basically
to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So we did a bunch.
But
and this year I think we're all feeling like it's going to be a growth musically.
Yeah. It's funny, like the ups and downs of riding the roller coaster of feeling like, oh man, it's winter time and there's nothing moving and what's going on, to you can get 2 emails and go, oh, okay, we're doing okay. We're good.
God's always moving.
God's always moving. To Live as Christ is out. We're super excited about that. You should talk about that.
Yeah.
What?
What happened today? To Live as Christ, we got our first radio ad on it today.
That was sweet. Yeah, this morning our local radio station, huge supporters,
shout
dear
them out.
friends, CFR 90.7.
Yep.
Yeah.
They played To Live as Christ in one of the, I feel like a prime time.
Yeah,
it was
they're
like
playing
8
it.
o'clock.
I just found out they're playing
it on
it.
their morning drive.
Yeah.
And they're playing it on
Tonight.
their evening spin. And then Derek, our buddy over there, that's one of the main DJs. I guess, what do you call him, a DJ?
He's PD.
PD. Oh,
yeah.
he's the PD.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, Derek. You're way more important than just a DJ.
Dang. Did you just slash Dale?
I owe him lunch.
No. We don't know what we're saying, okay?
I owe Derek lunch now. At Lisa's Diner.
Yes.
Bring that back. No, he texted this morning and said, played, and he said it's also going to play at 3:20 in the morning if we're up and can't sleep.
So if anybody wants to wake up.
But
they're spinning it 3 times
special.
a day.
Yeah,
like when they do that, though, that's like they're opening a spot that usually like your Brandon Lakes, and Chris Tomlins, and Micah Tylers, and whoever would get, and they are giving us a spot.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So they've always, what Jack was saying, they've always been huge supporters.
Yeah, they're dear friends.
But we're excited about that coming out, and
it's about time for me to go back and co-host the morning show with Derek again.
I think so. I think it should at least be an annual thing.
Sure.
We need to reach out to him. Maybe one morning we can talk about To Live as Christ.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited just about how much support the song's been given from Loop Community, Praise Charts, Multi-Tracks, Song Select.
Yeah.
Again, like beating a dead horse here, but being independent is not always great. Yeah. But we've been really fortunate that there's a lot of people that love us and are supporting what we're doing, even though it's not attached to like a major label deal,
Yeah.
No, it's been pretty
a lot
sweet.
of people in the industry helping us with no strings attached.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often.
Does not happen often.
Happen some, which is sweet.
Gift.
It is a gift.
Pretty awesome.
It is pretty cool.
Speaking of that, we got a couple sponsors today.
Oh, sweet.
This podcast brought to you by Bellows Audio.
Okay.
Bellows Audio.
Hey,
Bellows Audio has new in-ears.
They did.
They got new colors.
Do they have new colors?
They got
have
new
glitter?
colors. They have white.
Oh, I want white.
They have white.
Can they mold mine into white?
They'd probably let you buy more.
They probably would.
Yeah.
Well, Bellows fitted us for the Rhett Walker tour we did last year.
Yep.
And they're pretty cool. We all got quad drivers, so 4 drivers each, and they're molds, but their specialty is instead of like this a normal tip that would be on a molded in ear, it's a universal tip, so it's a little more comfortable. You get more air flowing in there. Jack, you like yours, right?
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
them.
Jack likes. I like mine. Mine
Oh,
are
yeah.
they're really comfortable.
Super comfortable.
And for the price point too, you can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
Their
And
other, I was gonna say, their other special thing is they can work on them.
yeah, they can fix them when they break. You know, I've had other companies and they break on the road and you can't do anything about it. And also, they're helping out a lot of worship leaders. So maybe you're not a touring artist per se, but you're leading your church every week. They're willing to help you with discounts, and they've hooked up a bunch of our worship leaders here at our church. So shout out to them.
In-ears are hard to spend money on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's not something you can just see.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm telling you right now, and Bellows does it. They're dedicated to serving the church.
Yep.
And the movement of Christ.
Yep.
Outside of the church too.
Yep.
But that shows in their pricing and their relationships with you, how they do their business.
Yep.
So if you need a pair, it's worth the investment.
Yeah.
If you can do the investment.
Yeah.
And with Bellows, it's not a huge investment.
Yeah.
So
And also,
highly recommend them.
Also today, sponsoring the pod, shout out Nashville Vans.
Oh,
Let's go, Nashville Vans.
Nashville Vans. Nashville Vans took care of us all fall.
Yeah.
We'll be using them again.
Yep.
I've heard nothing but incredible things about other people who've used Nashville Vans.
Yeah.
So thanks to
They're
them.
good folks.
Also, Nashville Vans has a podcast. So if you want to hear the Klein origin story,
It's on
go
there.
check out the Nashville Vans podcast.
It's on there.
It's on there. Anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, if you need a Sprinter van, you need to be comfy and safe getting anywhere. Touring for sure, but I'm kind of thinking about a family trip one day on one of those things.
I want to get their premium one.
Yeah.
It's got all captain chairs
yeah.
all the way through. This is my dream. And hire a driver.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to drive.
Yeah.
And just go family
prefer
trip.
that.
Like just head
Go
out.
out west.
Just head out west
That'd be
on a family
fun.
trip.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I think that would be great. Pretty bougie. The driver thing's kind of bougie. I'm not gonna lie.
Very bougie.
But
it would be very nice.
But anyways, talking about those. Did you have the next point?
No, you're
This
good.
is episode 007.
This is
007.
Don't. You
You remember that in
I still
64?
Have you ever heard people talk about James Bond and Bruce Wayne meeting in an alleyway?
No.
No.
Is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke.
Oh.
I just think Bruce Wayne would win.
Batman.
Just talking about
Is
who
this-
would win between the fight.
Oh, so this is a joke.
I mean,
No.
no, it's not
You
a
really
joke.
think he would
It's a theoretical situation.
Nerds call it fan fiction.
You know,
Yeah,
That's
there
what
you
we
go.
would call
I
it.
don't know that anybody wins against a gun. Have you never played
Bat-
that gorilla game? Like
Batman.
gorilla, gun, bear?
Bear Gorilla
No?
gun.
Yeah.
No, now
Gun
you're,
always wins?
Now you're trying to make a joke. That's funny.
Here's the difference in women's conference and men's conference, though.
Oh gosh, I'm
One
sorry.
difference. One difference. They play whatever that was. Oh, gotcha. With
We get the big-
500 people, we get
the biggest dudes in the room.
we got the biggest, strongest dudes in the room and put a rope at
Play
the
tug of
altar,
war.
and they played tug of war.
Oh,
It was
that
amazing.
sounds fun though.
It was pretty awesome.
It was amazing.
That sounds fun.
There were some dudes.
Yeah.
I have calluses. I would appreciate a good
Oh, it was wild.
good competition game like that.
It was wild. One funny podcast thing. I noticed your hat. You got the friends and family
I got the
dome on today.
Yeah. I thought Jack and I might come in with the same hat on today.
Yeah.
The
We sent out
sweat.
if you didn't get one of these hats, it doesn't mean you're not friends and family.
True.
It just we ran out pretty fast.
Yeah.
We didn't order.
We need to
Limited
order some more.
collection.
But I sent one. So I've gotten pretty into comedy.
Oh yeah.
We like it a lot.
I like comedy.
Yeah.
And the Nate Bargatze Nateland thing has kind of like made comedy more accessible.
We tried to go on the cruise for
Oh yeah,
2026
their
and they sold
cruise is
out.
already sold out.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna try again, but
They're doing a Nateland cruise.
yes,
Yes.
That's awesome.
and
It's
it
incredible.
looks awesome.
Yeah.
I literally tried to
Sold
get us
out
tickets
first weekend.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we'll try.
anyways, kind of in that world. He's not I guess a Nateland guy, but John Chris.
Yeah.
They were posting on their podcast. They got a new set, and they were like, you can send in props or whatever. And so I sent him the friends and family
I
hats.
saw this. That's pretty
It's
funny.
so cool.
So I didn't. I was just like, oh, this is cool. We'll just send him
Yeah.
a hat. Like, just hey, love the pod.
Yeah.
We listened to it on the road, whatever. Well, they unboxed it on the podcast,
That's
like
amazing.
like in real time. And so he's like, we've met a couple times, but he doesn't know who we are, and I can't remember what he said, Lynn something.
Lynn,
Lynn, I
yeah.
don't know,
C. Lynn.
and eventually he's like, oh, that's a pretty cool hat, thanks.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was pretty funny.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
shout out John. Anytime that you'd want to be on our podcast, just let us know.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, let us know when you're swinging through. He just played Bowling Green last week, so I feel
Yeah,
like
he
we missed our
did.
shot.
Dang,
Did he really?
That would have
Yeah.
been
I didn't know
so
he was
good.
here.
Yeah.
I think it was last week. He did Sky
Did
Pack.
Sky Pack.
Yeah. I didn't get to go, but
That's funny.
That's where we saw him a couple of years ago.
yeah, you saw him.
Yeah.
How was
Liz,
it? Live?
Yeah.
Mom, Lisa.
It was
Yeah.
good?
It was good. He's hilarious.
Yeah. I would but it gave me this idea. I'd like to do a live pod.
A live pod.
Yeah, let's record the podcast in front of a live audience.
Audience.
Because that's what they're going to do on the Nateland cruise.
Oh,
They're gonna
that's
do
cool.
the podcast live. That'd be pretty
do
funny.
it in front of a live audience.
That
I was
would be
like,
cool.
maybe in the fall tour, we set the pod up on the road once a
Yeah.
week.
That'd be cool.
And the VIP is like,
VIPs is in.
you're doing the live,
podcast.
Yeah, that's
live
cool.
podcast.
That's a great idea. When
Yeah.
you do that,
Yeah.
That's why we do this.
yeah,
It's for the great ideas.
Brilliant.
that is
Yes,
a great idea.
It's brilliant. But glad we got sponsors.
That's cool.
That's the first time we've had sponsors. Appreciate you
y'all.
all.
Yep.
That's really great. Just working hard on this Klein record,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens on the road this spring. That's all I got on my list.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, nice segue into this. This next thing. This is not super important, but baseball is back.
Pitchers and catchers.
I
are
watched.
reported.
No. It started.
Spring training.
Spring training started
Really?
yesterday.
Oh, that's true. Yep, I saw his Cardinals
Cardinals
score.
lost.
Yep.
To the Astros.
We still want to go see that.
I know. We need to go to spring training.
Yeah. So if
Are there
anybody's
any
listening-
churches in Jupiter, Florida that want us to come?
Please call.
Yeah,
If we could come lead worship at something,
that would be really good. Good
and then
timing
we just
for
like
that.
stay an extra day,
Yeah.
go to spring training,
Good timing for that.
or a month, stay an extra month.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
A month.
I ain't scared of nothing.
I mean, that would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
A month's a little long. For me.
It is a little long.
I'd do a few
Touch.
days though.
Touch
It
long.
would be good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just think that's a great way to update everybody on what's going on.
Yeah.
It's been funny the amount of people that's come up to me and gone like, made a little post about, hey, I'm going out on these 2 tours this spring. What's going on with Klein? And so the funniest story I've come up with is that y'all kicked me out because we couldn't agree upon the color of the next T-shirt.
I
We
like
got in
that.
this huge argument about the color of the next T-shirt, and they were just kind of like, they came to me and was like, hey, sorry,
It's not gonna work.
this is not going to work anymore.
Oh, it's so
That's
great.
the
That
funniest
is great.
no. What have y'all been learning in your personal lives here?
Ooh.
It's been a busy. I just feel like this year
Yeah.
started. It hadn't stopped,
It hasn't.
and like, speaking of our producer McKendry Tucker's calling me right now.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Which is pretty
awesome.
funny.
Dang.
So
You gonna pause and answer it, or you'll call him back in 5?
I'll call him back in 5
Okay.
when we wrap up. But this real. Oh, it says it was answered on my phone.
hello.
Am I talking to him right now?
Hello,
No.
McKendry.
No.
Yeah, leave this in. This is funny.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, McKendry. Okay, before you go do that, so McKendry's producing our record this spring, and it's kind of awesome full circle moment because I think collectively, Jack, I don't know if it's your favorite. I know Garrett's. I know it's mine. Favorite worship record probably ever is "Run to the Father," Cody Carnes, and McKendry co-produced that
Yeah.
record,
That's awesome.
Yep.
which is pretty cool.
Yep.
So how that
Yep.
naturally came about.
Yeah.
Side note.
Yep.
Back to the question. Like, what have you guys been learning? Like, what's this? Doesn't have to be super deep. Doesn't have to be. It can be deep. Like, what are you learning right now?
Well, I just had a pretty cool. So, Sunday, I went to Long Hollow Pike Church in
Long Hollow.
Goodlettsville. Long Hollow. Yeah,
on
sorry.
Long
It's
Hollow
on
Pike.
Long Hollow Pike.
Yeah.
And my friend Meredith Andrews was leading worship. Got to get some time with her. Really sweet Sunday. But the pastor, excellent pastor, excellent preacher. He shared about, he came out and said, I hopefully am going to help you think of going through trials differently today. And I was just, of course, my personality, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Who could ever help me?
Show me. Show me, please. And then he goes to James, and I was like, James, of all the books, like,
Yeah. Well, sidebar, I think Jacqueline's taught like groups of girls through the book of James 100 times.
like at
It
least
just,
15.
it's just like the one she always starts
Yeah.
people with.
I'm like, I could quote this, but okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
And he really did. Like, I left there.
So arrogant.
I am. I'm aware.
I'm joking.
I am very
I'm
aware.
joking.
I acknowledge and I accept and I repent. Lord forgive me. But I
Yeah,
got
we've
in
been
my
working on
truck.
it. A lot of the songs are about humility. It's coming out of the record.
Yeah. Very vulnerable. No, I got in my truck and I was like, all right, God, you say that when we ask for wisdom, you will give it to us. And I have asked, but I haven't waited for it. And so I'm asking you and I'm waiting and I'm anticipating. And he answered immediately, which was so kind because he wants to do that. He wants to give his children wisdom. And I said, okay, now tell me exactly, like word for word. Give me the words. How do I do this? He literally gave me the words. And now I have to decide if I'm going to walk in the blessing and walk in obedience or not. And I'm going to do what. And so all this came to, he said, we've always looked at trials as like a bad thing. And really it's God showing us he cares so much about us that he wants to take us to a new place with him. And if you don't pass the test, then you're going to keep living in this test this season. It's like perpetual summer school. And he said, but then when you pass the test, you're able to go to this new place with the Lord. And I was like, man, how kind is it that he wants to take me to a new place? And so instead of looking at the trial as like, gosh, when will I ever get out? It's like, no, learn the lesson and move forward with the Lord. And so one of the things that came to mind while I was thinking about this is like Garrett and I love hanging out together. We love going on trips. We love doing new things together. And we want to do more. Like when we do something, we're like, okay, now let's do this, you know? And that's how God even more wants to take me to a new place. And that's, spiritually speaking. But I'm the reason that I'm not going to that new place. And so I'm going to pass this test. I'm not going to fail it anymore. And it just made me go, man, tests and trials and all these things that are God-given, not man-made, not like I sped and God's testing me because now I got a ticket. No, that's not it.
Right.
Get your foot off the gas.
Yeah. You made that decision. But the things that God tests you in, he's testing you because he loves you so much and he wants to take you to a new place with him. And so for me, it's like now I'm looking at tests as like, okay, this is a test so that I can learn more about the Lord and walk more closely with the Lord and go to a new place with God. And so that's literally, hot off the press from yesterday, just going to a church to visit a friend, be in her, her church with her. And of course, the Lord just finally, I guess enough. I feel like I've been sitting in this for a while and knowing what to do. I told our therapist this morning, like, I knew what to do, but the way that God spoke through him, it just finally broke. Yeah. And so now I'm going to live in that and I'm going to actually like do some things I need to do,
Yeah, that's great. It's about time.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny.
Garrett been praying you.
Yeah, I got it all together over here. So.
No, that's great.
Yeah,
I've been learning. Somebody asked me, I had rehearsals last week with the country guy I'm playing with. And folks that know our story know that Garrett and I did that for like 10 years. And when we left our last situation to focus, like do Klein full time and really ministry full time, in the sense that we were always doing ministry, but church based ministry and then Klein music. And I've always had this kind of back of your mind, like, did I make the right decision? Because that thing was sexier. I made more money. All these things that are, and what's been funny, and I think it's why God gave me this tour to go on, is to remind me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
within our church with Klein.
Yeah.
I told Garrett and one of our other really good buddies this weekend. He asked, like, how'd it go? You know, everybody's expecting me to be like, it's amazing, and it's good. But I'm like, man, it's good. You know, like it's good. But I kind of had the realization, and I believe God gave me this. It's a lot more simple than what you just said. Yours was really good and deep, and I'm about to ruin it.
No,
for this.
God is
But
simple.
I would rather do something as a career. I would rather do something I hate doing with like-minded brothers than something I love to do with people that don't agree with me spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And that's helped me. And I'm not saying that's not a cop out to not go to the dark.
Right.
places.
Yeah. Right.
But it was God. It was good that God reminded me that, like, this, because it looks hot and
Yeah.
looks like that's the thing, doesn't mean that's what you need to run to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to long for.
Yeah.
And so I learned that so fast the past couple weeks, and so it's been cool. And so I'm excited to see what God does that on this tour, and I hope. I mean, the only reason we go do anything is to minister to folks,
Mhm.
you know. And so I'm join me in praying that I would be safe, but because you're going to a dark place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, the music industry, unfortunately, even the Christian side's dark.
Yep.
It can be.
Yep. Can be.
And so, you know, as Christians, whether you're going to work at Kroger or Publix, or you're going to work at an insurance agency, whatever, you're walking into some dark spots every day.
Yep.
You know, and so same with people that play music and do things.
Yeah.
That aren't, you know,
Like
exactly
non-traditional.
non-traditional,
Yeah.
not necessarily this makes sense logically to do
Right.
as a career.
Yeah.
So everybody can join me in this praying that whatever God wants to touch in the next few months, He would use
Yeah.
me through it.
Yep.
And
For sure.
So,
We will. He always does.
yeah.
Mhm.
He takes us where we don't want to go sometimes for a reason.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
And then
um,
really also just wanting to make sure Rhett gets saved finally.
but
Going out
I'm
on
going to
his
try to
tour.
have him baptized by the end of the first week.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
I
awesome.
think the main reason Rhett asked us, Garrett and I, to go out on this tour is to help April with the kids.
Yeah. I think he wants us. He's like, you have to babysit Cash.
I got Cash. I'm good with Cash.
Yeah. And April's like, Garrett, you babysit Rhett,
And I got
and
my
I'll
girl
take
out.
and I'll take care of the girls.
Yeah.
Jet, it's basically a grown man. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
I
fine.
think he's good.
So everyone, all the kids are going out.
The entire Rhett Walker family, Garrett and Derek,
I love
and
it.
his guitar player Matt.
That's
is coming.
so
Yeah.
fun.
Very funny.
Yeah, that's gonna be
so
fun.
fun.
I'll
It's
tell
gonna be
you,
good.
even more brief. You know, we had an awesome men's conference this past weekend
did.
at our home church, and just the people that led that were unbelievable. 3 really great sermons by 3 of our pastors. One of the best sermons I've ever heard in my life on
Saturday
biblical
morning.
manhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday morning. But then Sunday morning, we're in Colossians right now, and our lead pastor was preaching, and he actually said this straight to me. I was sitting
and
with
he
some
called you
friends.
Pastor Garrett.
He said, Pastor Garrett, and he said this verse, and I was like, why you got at me like that? But Colossians 3:15, let is the key thing. Let.
Yeah.
Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you are called to peace, and be thankful. And it was like, that's all I need to do. You know, I get real up and down about our career and what's happening. Are we
What's
going
not
to
happening.
what's not happening, or what seems to be not
What
happening,
you
and
don't know is happening.
what you
Yeah.
don't know is
Yeah.
happening, and then you know, and you kind of have some down days, or I do,
It's
and
easy
then
to.
and then you got some roll up days when people are like, hey, we want to work with you, we want to do this, do you want to do this? And so I think just starting every day with that verse right now has been very key for me. You don't have to find peace, just let it rule. It's already in
You
you.
already got it.
It's already through the Spirit. It's in you. You got it. Just let it rule.
Yeah.
Let it rule. And the second part is be thankful.
Yeah.
And if you do those 2 things, you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
So that's what
Good
God's shown me. And I'm just excited about this season. It's like, it's funny how not doing like a packaged spring tour, like traditional CCM tour, has actually made us way more busy. You know what I mean? We don't have like the safety net of like, we're just going to do these blocks of things. So it's
Yeah.
like, man, Dee's going to go out with Travis. We're going to go out with Rhett. We're going
Get
to
a
be
record
doing,
done.
we got 10 or 15 sessions away from
Yeah.
probably more like 20 sessions away from getting this record done by May 1st.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we got to write 10 more good songs for the next batch. So like in the meantime, we're working to live as Christ, praying that would get out to the church, and just a lot of cool things going on. But just starting my day with that, let the peace rule and be thankful. And I just think that's really important, but
that's good.
feels like a fun season. But in closing, where's your country dates for the country music fans?
I'm playing for this guy. His name's Travis Denning. And
what's his website?
TravisDenning.com.
Is it just? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's literally TravisDenning.com. And you can see the tour dates there. We're
TravisDenning.com. He's got them listed.
yeah. So
if you're near one of those spots, holler at us.
Those
you're gonna see some fire.
All those dates opening for Brantley Gilbert. So if there's one that you're close to, message the Klein account. I'd love to see you. Say hey to you.
Yep.
If you're there.
And then March 13th.
Yeah.
We'll start 12 dates with Rhett Walker. So we'd love to see you out at those.
Yeah.
And then
so I'm basically going Travis's bus, Rhett's bus, Travis's bus, Rhett's bus, Travis's bus, Travis's bus. That's how my spring is going.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And then
in the meantime, go to Klein Music.
To go ham so we can have a Klein bus.
Yeah, I'd like to have a Klein bus, not going to lie.
Yeah.
That's straight up.
Hey,
Hey,
real quick, shout out to the Church Will Sing. We hadn't talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
But the Church Will Sing has their version of Worthy One out, which is us on that plus Timmy Tope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Singing with Jack on that. That's sick. And they were kind enough to make it it's their first single off the new Volume 3 record.
Yep. It's going to come.
And it's coming out. Is it this fall?
In the fall. Yeah.
So
I
Volume 3.
I'm not going to say because I'm not 100% sure. I think it's September, October.
Yeah.
But it'll be the fall.
There's a lot of good tunes on there.
Yeah. A lot of awesome songs.
Alexander Pappas. He has a song on there.
Yeah.
And he just had a new tune come out too. It's really cool. He
so
played it on the
good.
tour we're with.
Yeah.
Our buddy Cade has a bunch of new music coming out.
Yep.
Looks like he's doing good.
Yep.
Those guys will like text us and then never text us back. It's the weirdest
Yeah.
thing.
It's crazy.
No, I'm kidding. But we didn't shout that out because you might see us with some Church Will Sing stuff.
Yeah, there's some stuff cooking on that.
Yeah,
And not
which
front,
is cool.
too.
We're honored to get to be a part of that
Yeah.
movement over at Curb.
And Robbie Busick.
Yes.
Robbie's
So we haven't
legit.
had a podcast since the song came
I know,
out.
he
Robbie
needs to be
Busick.
on
We need to have
Let's
him.
have Robbie
Yeah.
on. Let's have Robbie on the next episode and talk about singing to live as Christ.
Singing.
Because
He's got a
he
pretty cool,
crushed
he's got a
it.
cool story
He
too.
He's got a great story.
Yeah.
He crushed the vocals on that. Love Robbie. He's been so helpful behind the scenes too. Just
Yeah.
his knowledge of the music industry and publishing and how all that works has been helpful.
Really good.
And finally, CLINEmusic.com. Check out the marriage conference this weekend if you're nearby.
Yeah.
Santa Claus, Indiana on March 8th. Jacqueline will be speaking a little bit. You can still get tickets to that. It's only like a couple hours from Bowling Green, where we live.
Yeah.
So
Right
hope to
across
see
the
some
way
people
from
out.
Owensboro.
Right
Yeah.
across the way. So hope to see some people come out.
Yep.
And
I wonder if
and
Holiday
hang out.
World will be open.
And March 8th, I doubt it. About to find out.
Oh.
About to find out. Yeah, hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to get caught up with y'all.
We out
Yeah.
here
Okay.
every week.
Still
Yep.
going. Hey, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing.
Except everything's changed.
What's this mean for
at the same
Klein?
time.
Nothing.
It means Derek has a fire extinguisher next to his drums.
It
He
means
don't
that I'm
normally
going to
do that.
go. I've got one set of drums on one tour and one set of drums on another tour.
And a set of drums in the studio
And
to
our church,
cut this record.
our church is crazy enough to be like, yeah, you can go do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So praise God for that. Because Liz needs a new car.
That's a good point. That's a
There
good
we
point.
go.
Yeah. It is
Okay.
about time.
We love y'all.
Love y'all.
See ya.
Peace and love.